CERN shut down the Large Hadron Collider on June 29th.
Wait, the monocle.
Things that are real.
With today being National Mandela Day.
This is how you know we've shifted dimensions.
Hello everybody, I'm Trucker Joe and welcome back to Trucker Joe's Hideout. In today's video, we're going to be exploring the CERN phenomenon. Has anybody noticed that the timeline has shifted? I'm not sure. I haven't noticed it all that much, but it sure is taking the internet by storm. So we're going to look at it today. And before we get started, if you ain't done so already, hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel grow, and watch the video all the way to the end. Thank you. Let's get into it.
This is how you know we've shifted dimensions. This man has a phone that allows him to see into the original timeline. The timeline that some of us remember, but most of us don't. Some of us know this logo is off. They try to deny this cow ever had a nose ring, but we all know it did. And when he takes a video of the laughing cow, we see how it truly used to look before things got a little wacky. How can you sit there and say this doesn't look natural? The cow has always had the nose ring. Stay weird, y'all, because this ain't it.
CERN shut down the Large Hadron Collider on June 29th of 2026, and millions of people around the globe started to experience strange phenomena. Some people even experienced Mandela effect. Now, they're telling us that the Large Hadron Collider was shut down for maintenance, and it's scheduled to be turned back on sometime in 2030. But what they're not telling you is that they're going to make the Large Hadron Collider 10 times more powerful, and it will now be referred to as the High Luminosity Large Hadron Collider. Engineers will be replacing over 1.2 kilometers of accelerator equipment to increase the collision rates by a factor of 10. Now I want you to imagine that when CERN decides to turn on the High Luminosity Large Hadron Collider in 2030, all the people that said that they didn't experience any phenomena or any Mandela effect in 2026, I guarantee you they're going to experience all of this tenfold come 2030. Drop it in the comments. Tell me what you think. Like, share, and follow for more.
Oh, I haven't really experienced anything, but besides the, the obvious ones, the Fruit of the Loom logo, we're having a cornucopia or not. But they're messing with time and space, and it's not cool. I mean, what do y'all think?
Do you remember the soft drink Sprite being in a green bottle? Is this a Mandela effect? A lot of people remember, including myself, the soft drink Sprite being in a green bottle, but now it's only in a clear bottle. If you grew up in the 90s, you remember the crisp, clean, cold taste of Sprite in a green bottle. Apparently now it's only in a clear bottle. Does it taste better in a green bottle? That's debatable. Started in 1959 in West Germany, it was introduced by Coca-Cola and it was called Sprite. A lot of people remember the iconic Sprite bottle being green. A lot of people online are saying it's a Mandela effect. It used to be green, now it's clear. Happened. Well, they actually discontinued the green bottle because of recycling in 2022. So this is not a Mandela effect. I love Mandela effects too, but this is just not one of them. Sprite discontinued the green iconic bottle in 2022. No, you are not misremembering. No, you did not change the timeline. No, this is not a Mandela effect. They just changed the bottle. It tastes better. Now that's the bigger question. It did taste better. If you ask me, it tasted better in the 90s with the green bottle. Or am I tripping? I could be tripping right now, but I don't think I'm tripping. Let me know.
See, not everything is a Mandela effect. Sometimes they just switch things up for reasons unknown. Of course, they said it was for recycling reasons, but stay vigilant, everybody.
The Hindenburg crashed on May 6, 1937. Due to the crash, this was the last commercial Zeppelin flight in history. There hasn't been one since. The Mandela effect here pertains to the amount of survivors on the Zeppelin that day. We're going to go multiple choice on this one. What percentage of the passengers and crew survived that day?
No survivors. None whatsoever. There was no way it could survive. Nobody could survive.
Were you like me and guessed no survivors? The correct answer was 2/3. 2/3 of the passengers and crew survived that day. Now, what makes this strange to me is if 2/3 of the people that were on board the Hindenburg survived, why was it the last commercial Zeppelin. Why did that end all Zeppelin rides? Right? We still have hot air balloons. People still obviously travel in planes. Why was that such a chaotic moment that it just ended air travel via Zeppelin? If anything, this would make you feel like you were more safe. What plane crash have you ever heard of that 2/3 of the people on board survived? You look at the pictures, and the fact that 2/3 of the people on board just miraculously survived, why would you need to shut down all Zeppelin travel after that? Look, you don't have to be a history buff. You just look at those pictures. It's like, how could so many people have survived? Seems almost impossible. But listen, I'm not going to act like I'm a AP history major. So, I mean, if there's some people that are in the comments that have a little bit more background on Hindenburg.
I'm 51 years old. I was taught in school that there was no survivors on the Hindenburg. That's the reason why they discontinued it, because it was full of helium. So, you know, I don't know. No, it wasn't helium. It was some other kind of gas. Shit. Anyway, I'm getting my history mixed up.
I'd love to hear from you.
Top 3 of the strangest thing that's happened since CERN stopped the Hadron Collider. Is this a Mandela effect? Is this odd? Is it connected? Here are the top 3 strangest things on the internet that's happened since last month when CERN shut off the Hadron Collider. Number 3, the 1990 movie Valley Girl. Minute 3:06 in the movie, somebody captured this clip. Here's a clip from the movie where you zoom in and you see Chick-fil-A, but is there a K? If you look at this footage right there, there is no K. I don't care what you say. There is no K in Chick-fil-A in this movie. Now you can say they did that because of copyright. Yes, they could have, but Valley Girl was not a high budget movie. Do you think that they had the money to change a sign that quick? Number 2 comes from this 2006 animated movie. Right here, you see a picture of underwear, and what do they have? Fruit of the Loom logo with the cornucopia. Somebody recorded this, and it is strange. Either they're playing in our faces, they're in on the joke, or they're just putting in Mandela effects in the animated movie in 2006. Number 1, the weirdest thing on the internet right now is Sobe. Yes, you remember the energy drink Sobe in the 90s? So I remember it too. They got discontinued early 2000s, but apparently they're back. Apparently they're in stores. Apparently you can order it. Apparently they never left. About you, but I remember seeing this brand all over in the 90s and the early 2000s, but guess what? Google said they were discontinued too, but apparently you can get these things on DoorDash, in Amazon, at your local stores. People are showing recent pictures of Sobe being in their stores. I don't know about you, but I thought that was disconnected, and those are my top 3.
I used to like the Dragon Soapy, which was the white one. Tell me in the comments if you all like the Sobe and which one do you cared for.
It's us.
Wait, the monocle.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay.
Peggy did have a Adam's apple. Always had an Adam's apple. Why do they keep fucking with us for?
27-kilometer underground ring.
They're saying it moves timelines. No way.
I think we skipped timelines again, y'all. Because when did Chick-fil-A going back to have a K instead of just a C? If you can remember, before CERN shut down, the word Chick-fil-A did not have a K in it. And I specifically remember it just having a C because everyone said we were crazy when we said the K was missing before. But now it's back. This, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the Moon Pie, have me 100% believing Mandela effects are real. And guess what? When they turn CERN back on, it's going to produce 20 times more collisions and 380 million Higgs bosons. So if you can, try to remember everything about this reality that you can and document it, because when CERN gets turned back on in 4 years, things are going to be a lot different. Nothing's going to be the same. As always, thank you for watching. Stay weird.
The world ended in 2012. Well, a lot of people believe so. And not in the Hollywood fireballs and explosions way. No, they believe something far stranger happened. That reality itself shifted, and there is a good reason to believe so. The Mayan calendar didn't mark the end of the planet, it marked the end of the timeline we knew. Think about it, since 2012, doesn't the world feel off? Time feels faster, memories don't match. Small details, brands, movie lines, even history itself have changed. People call it the Mandela effect, I call it leakage. Some believe CERN, in their hunt for the God particle, didn't just smash atoms, but smashed reality. They tore a tiny hole in the fabric of existence, and we slipped into a copy. A copy that looks the same, but isn't. That's why the world feels less real, more chaotic, more artificial. That's why every year since then feels like a fever dream. Maybe the original Earth is gone. Maybe we're the ghosts now, drifting through a simulation built to keep us calm. But the cracks are showing, and the more you notice them, the more unstable this fake world becomes. So go ahead, tell yourself 2012 was just another year, but deep down, you know something changed.
I remember 2012, the big phenomenon. They said the world was going to end because of the Mayan calendar, and everybody was losing their mind. Tell me what y'all remember about 2012 phenomenon. But this man might be on to something. But do your own research.
This is just a theory, not a fact.
I've been waiting so long to make this video. What is CERN? So all the top physicists in the world are basically more or less trying to disprove God. And they're trying to disprove God by figuring out how the Big Bang happened and what matter is made of. They want to know what subatomic particles make up protons, neutrons, and electrons. So to try to isolate this subatomic matter, they've created an 18-mile long particle collider where they smash particles at the speed of light and see what happens. They don't know what's going to really happen. They don't know what the outcome of these experiments is actually going to be. They just want to see. CERN themselves, who also have a logo that is conspicuously very similar to 666. Anyways, CERN themselves have admitted that they don't know if this could potentially unlock different dimensions or create antimatter or mini black holes. So I know you want to find comfort. So what you're doing is you're going to your search engines, you're going to your AI chatbots, and you're going to try to disprove what I'm telling you right now. I'm just going to say your initial search is going to pick this up as nothing more than conspiracy. But if you use the correct prompts, you can find that every single thing I say in this video is 100% correct. These people are trying to develop a technology powerful enough to destroy the universe, but what's particularly unnerving is right outside the entrance, right at the front gate of CERN, is a statue of Shiva, who is the Hindu god of destruction. It's right in your face. And it's not just the tinfoil hat community. Here's Dr. Astrid Stuckelberger, who is an astrophysicist with 25 years at the University of Geneva. She's wrote 12 books, published 158 articles. Here's her voicing her concerns over CERN.
I said, so how many dimensions officially are living in the CERN? And they both said 17. And is there a proof that they bring, that they give something, there's some document? And they said this entity the second time took a scarf. So this same Gotthard tunnel was inaugurated for traversing this just beside the Bridge of the Devil. And during the inauguration, our official politicians were standing there looking at the CERN open door with angels and demons going through it, and very crazy naked, you know, looking naked dance with horns on their heads, and at that time, I think it was awful. But now that I've looked at the CERN, you're going, okay, there is something fishy going on here. And
she's staking her entire reputation as a scientist to come out and tell you that these other scientists have told her that 17 different dimensions have been opened at CERN. But if you Google that, or if you use your ChatGPT, whatever AI software, it will tell you it's a hoax and a conspiracy theory.
17 dimensions has been opened up by CERN. That's a lot of different dimensions. Ain't no wonder everybody feels like a timeline's off. But like I said, y'all do your own research on this.
CERN has shut down till 2030. If CERN is collapsing timelines, if the Mandela effect is evidence of those timelines merging, if deja vu and synchronicities are moments where consciousness notices the shift, we're approaching the point where there are no more branches left. Just one reality, one future. Reality has been narrowing. So the question becomes, what if the shutdown isn't the beginning of the process? What if it was the end? If the timeline is already converging, then perhaps the years leading up to 2030 aren't about creating a new future. They're about deciding which future becomes permanent. And that coincides with what people like Dolores Cannon and many others had said, that we have a choice to make about the new Earth and the old Earth. Love or fear. 2030 isn't just a date. It's the point in which humanity's future becomes fixed. Timeline locks in, because they restart the Hadron Collider, collapsing and merging those realities. And if that's true, the next few years become incredibly important because the timeline hasn't fully converged yet. So then we are still living in a period where the future can still be influenced, where our choices still matter, where humanity, quite literally, is deciding which version of the future becomes our reality collectively. And that leaves us with one final question. If the timeline hasn't locked in yet, can we choose where we're going?
Are Mandela effects increasing? And why do I say that? Because allegedly, since CERN shut down on June 29th, things just seem to be a little bit more calmer and a little bit more different. And many are claiming that before CERN turned off the Hadron Collider, there was no K in Chick-fil-A. And many now are going back and forth that ever since they shut CERN off, there now is a K in Chick-fil-A. Have a look at this.
Wasn't it just this the other day? What? This.
So as you can see from the video, there is now a K in Chick-fil-A. But take a look at this video from Wendy's. Look.
What in the Mandela effect is this? Where's the writing on the collar that says Mom?
When did the writing come off of the collar that says Mom? As you can see, it's clearly missing from the sign. And have a look at a few more brands right above me right here. There's a side-by-side comparison of what people alleged have changed since CERN was turned off. Example, Fruit of the Loom. When did the cornucopia come back? And again, more and more videos are appearing of individuals claiming that since CERN was shut down, their sleep patterns have changed, meaning they're able to sleep more and longer. And others have also claimed that the days seem longer. Time is now adjusted and moving slower. And keep this in the back of your mind. CERN is going to remain off for the next 4 years. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
The things that are real.
Well, have y'all noticed any difference since they turned CERN off? I personally have not. Have you been sleeping better? People are saying they're sleeping better. You know, things are going back to normal. I agree with the CERN thing is you're messing with something you shouldn't be messing with. But let's see what happens over the next 4 years while it's shut off.
that are real to us but are different in other realities. It is a consistent fluctuation, and I think this fluctuation is known as Mandela effect.
This was happening in 2016. Shortly after this video went viral, the genius kid disappeared. No updates, no interviews, nothing. For years, the internet searched for answers. What happened to Max Lowen, the kid who said CERN broke reality? What you're about to hear next will change how you see everything. Just keep in mind, in 2008, CERN launched the Large Hadron Collider, and in 2009, people started noticing something strange. Memories that didn't match reality.
What happened was we made this universe sort of out of balance, and our universe...
Because of the collider, the super collider?
Yeah, we altered the weight of a single electron, which I believe shifted us into a parallel universe. This is our original timeline, right? But as soon as this starts, we are infinitely catapulted into an infinite number of parallel universes.
In 2008, scientists at CERN launched the Large Hadron Collider, the most powerful particle accelerator ever built. It smashes atoms together at almost the speed of light, searching for the fundamental code of the universe. Some physicists even warned it could open microscopic black holes or distort space-time itself. And then, barely a year later, something even stranger happened. Thousands of people began remembering Nelson Mandela, dying in prison in the 1980s, but he actually died in 2013. Entire groups shared the same false memory. Soon after, a large segment of the population started noticing the same thing. Logos, movie lines, and even historical events remembered differently than they actually were.
The original universe is mirror, mirror on the wall.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Transferred to universe is magic mirror on the wall.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest one of all?
So we are now not in the same universe that we were in when Mirror, Mirror on the Wall was a part of a film.
That's just it. They're creating this thing and rebuilding it as we speak. And, you know, they don't know what it's going to do. Hell, the earth could collapse in on itself. Tell me what you all think in the comments.
Why CERN is so high on the list of these Mandela effect possible causes is because CERN ultimately is bashing particles against one another at light speed in order to create microscopic black holes. And if you study black holes, you know that black holes have an effect on time. If some of these black holes have gone out of control or they're doing things that even they, the scientists, don't understand, could it have effect on the greater world? There are all questions and variables here that even they can't disprove. Even using science against itself here, if the multiverse is true, and this is them saying this, their get out of jail free card with everything that they do, when they can't explain something, instead of trying to explain it through God created this or whatever, it's the multiverse that is the reason why this thing is possible. Any possibility is a possibility. Would you, in good conscience, actually create one of those if you didn't know what would happen at a microscopic level if you were creating them?
Ever since CERN shut down the Hadron Collider, people have been noticing weird things like Sobe reappearing in stores, which we haven't seen this in forever. Another person noticed the cornucopia back on the Fruit of the Loom logo. And now, this could just be simply people being funny on the internet, because, I mean, come on, that picture...
Have y'all seen Sobe in the stores again? That was some good stuff, man. I used to buy it quite often, especially that white one, like I said before. But if you found it in the store, let me know where you can buy it at, because I want to get some.
It was clearly taken 10 years ago. But all jokes aside, people have been reporting they noticed a massive shift since they shut down the Hadron Collider. People have been noticing days feel longer. They're being able to sleep better at night. And time is slowly starting to feel like it did 10 years ago. But once again, this is all theory, and a lot of it could be like a placebo effect. I mean, if we're all thinking this big machine shut off and that it's going to do something significant, then, I mean, we're going to do the most to start looking for the signs to see what's happening. But still, very strange. Now, I have not seen any Sobe yet, but let me tell you, if I do find some, oh yes, because this stuff was legendary, especially that pink one and the white one. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this in the comments. Have you seen any weird Mandela effects reversing themselves lately? Or have you noticed anything else weird since CERN shut down?
With today being National Mandela Day, I happen to save you The craziest Mandela effect of them all. Okay guys, Field of Dreams. Tell me the most famous line from that movie. Go.
That for August of 2020, and as they said in the movie, if you build it, they will come.
Is that what you thought it was? That's what it should be, but it's not.
Who is he? It don't even make no sense. You need more than one player to play a baseball game. I played baseball all through school. You need 9 players out there on that field. So what sense does it make? If you build it, he will come. Come on now, people. If you build it, they will come.
Apparently, in the most famous baseball movie of all time, any baseball fan in the world will tell you it was, if you build it, they will come. But apparently, it's, if you build it, he will come. First of all, the only person I know referred to as he is the good Lord himself. And I don't think Kevin Costner was trying to summon Jesus in Field of Dreams. I don't think he was. That's number one. Number two, if you build it, he will come. There is no way a Hollywood studio would approve that line. It sounds terrible. It sounds off kilter. It doesn't make any sense. There's no way. There's no way. If you build it, they will come. That was the line. Like, if you didn't believe in the Mandela effect before today, here's your evidence. I mean, this is outrageous.
Yeah. Like I said, it just don't make no sense. If you build it, he will come. Like I said, let me know in the comments what y'all think. If you build it, they will come. He was building a baseball diamond in a cornfield. It don't make no sense at all.
This is the most outrageous one. And if anyone shows up in the comment section saying otherwise, you are fed, get lost. There's no way you think this is, if you build it, he will come. No, there's no way. Sorry.
In 2009, Fiona Broom was the first to notice something strange. Large groups of people were sharing the same memories, and those memories didn't match reality. Not isolated mistakes, but collective ones. She later called this the Mandela effect. I'm sure you already heard of it. The timing is interesting because it's exactly the same period when the Large Hadron Collider was being switched on and tested. The first beam circulated in 2008, and the first major collisions happened in 2009. Two completely different things happening at the same time. On one side, the largest physics experiment in history begins operating, and on the other, people start noticing that their shared memories don't line up with recorded reality. It may be nothing, it may be coincidence, but the overlap in timing is hard to ignore, and that's why this connection keeps coming up again and again. Not as proof of anything, but just as a pattern that feels a little too strange to be random. Do you remember the Monopoly Man? Did he have a monocle or not? Well, the official version says he
did have a monocle. The whole time I was growing up. Hell, we used to play Monopoly constantly.
Never had one, but a large segment of the population remembers him with a monocle. I remember him clearly with a monocle. This is something I really wanted to share in this video because it's really messing me up. So if he didn't have a monocle, why does the Monopoly Man appear wearing one in the movie?
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and you must be the Monopoly guy. Hey, thanks for the free parking.
And not just that. Here's an article from a 2004 newspaper that mentions this common memory of the Monopoly Man wearing a monocle. One of many old references that describe the Monopoly Man with a monocle. And all of this is kindly confirmed by Max Lowen, known as the world's smartest kid, who strangely disappeared from the internet after his famous video.
We got to that kid because he was exposing too much. Now, I'm not saying they done anything mischievous with him, but they shut him up anyway.
What happened was we made this universe sort of out of balance, and our universe...
Because of the collider, the super collider?
Yeah, we altered the weight of a single electron, which I believe shifted us into a parallel universe.
He's suggesting that reality doesn't exist as one single fixed timeline. Instead, there are many parallel versions of reality that exist at the same time. These versions are almost identical, but not completely. There are small differences between them. Most of the time they're so small that we don't notice them. Max's idea is that sometimes we move from one version of reality to another, and when that happens, things that we remember from the previous version don't always match what exists in the current one. He believes that this is what the Mandela effect is. Not a memory error, but a mismatch between what we remember and the version of the reality that we're currently in. The differences are small in theory, maybe just 1%, but on a human level, that 1% can feel very large. Now look at this image. You see the red on the Coca-Cola can, right? Well, if I zoom in, there's actually no red in this picture. No red pixels at all. Now I'm zooming out, and the red appears, and most people still see red. This image shows how unstable our perception really is. It shows that what we experience as reality is already a mix of what's out there and what the brain adds on top. So when something feels off, when memory and reality don't match, the problem isn't simple. It could be memory, it could be perception, or it could be something deeper, like CERN. These institutions publish their agendas, their brochures, their official research topics. They talk about space and time, black holes, wormholes, quantum physics, entanglement. That becomes the accepted narrative, but as a regular person, you have no real way to verify any of this. You can't check a black hole, you can't observe a wormhole, and you can't see...
That's just it. They control the narrative. You know, they let you know what you want to know, or what they want you to know, and nothing else. So, you know, it's just like this. You know, we don't know what reality is and what reality ain't anymore. And they have no idea what this machine is capable of and what it's doing to our universe. Let me know in the comments what y'all think.
Subatomic particles, you don't have access to those places. You don't have the tools and you don't have the raw data. So what ends up happening is that they explain the invisible, and we're expected to accept the explanation, not because we can confirm it, but because we can't. Not because it's necessarily wrong, but because it's structurally impossible for most people to verify. That creates a gap between what is happening and what can be independently checked, and that gap is where trust replaces verification.
Now they want to do a collidron loop. It is 27 kilometers, and now they want to do 91 kilometers. They say it's not enough. We have to just get the collision between the subatomic particles. Okay, we can imagine that it's correct, that it's possible, but how can we verify anything? It's very puzzling.
So the question naturally becomes, why there? Why was CERN built near Geneva? Officially, the answer is simple. Switzerland is politically neutral, stable, centrally located in Europe, and able to host an international scientific organization without geopolitical tension. But when you step back and look at the physical location, not just the political one, the choice becomes more interesting. CERN sits in a very specific part of Europe, close to the Alps and near the Mont Blanc Massif, the highest mountain in Western Europe. Researchers in geophysics and geobiology have pointed out for years that large mountain ranges are associated with unusual natural phenomena, natural electric currents in the ground, variations in the Earth's electromagnetic field, and strong mechanical stress in certain minerals like quartz, which can produce electric effects under pressure. Now, there's no official story for that, of course, but it does raise a reasonable question. If you were going to build a machine that pushes matter and energy to their limits, wouldn't you want to place it somewhere that's already geologically stable, structurally strong, and capable of supporting massive underground installations? Then there's the deeper layer, the one that humans have been pointing at for thousands of years. When people talk about energy grids, they usually point to the same strange pattern. The most important structures in human history don't seem to be placed randomly. The Great Pyramid of Giza sits in a very precise position on the planet and is
That's just it. Everything is planned and it's put on there for a reason. Nothing is put by accident. Everything is planned out to precise. There's a reason for it. And I believe that, our ancestors, the Egyptians and the Mayans, and, they was on a more of a reality timeline than what we are, because we've got too many distractions. They didn't have those distractions back then. So they learned. They looked at the sky. They looked at everything, they watched the weather patterns, because they didn't have all the distractions that we have as far as technology goes, TVs, cell phones, internet, that's my belief anyway. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about that.
Aligned with true north with extreme accuracy. Stonehenge was built to line up with the solstices. Machu Picchu was placed on a ridge between major fault lines and important astronomical lines. Angkor Wat mirrors the movement of the sun during the equinoxes. Teotihuacan was built on a precise geometric layout that matches solar and stellar cycles. These places weren't chosen by accident. So when people look at this and talk about an energy grid, what they really mean is that humans have always been drawn.
Well, that's all for today, folks. Appreciate you sticking around. If you stuck around to the end of the video, let me know in the comments what you think about this CERN situation. And have you noticed any timeline difference? And make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next one. I'm Trucker Joe, and we out of here.